We have some data here that are census tract data. And if I open the attribute table, I can see that there are quite a few different variables, but I'm most interested in the population density, a continuous variable that goes from 0 people per square kilometer to almost 15,000 people per square kilometer. We often want to display these sorts of data that are continuous variables across a range, and so we often do that using a graduated symbol set. So we pick a variable. In this case, I'm interested in population density, and we select a color ramp. In this case, I might pick something like this spectral color ramp, and then we apply it across the display here for a given variable. Now we have to classify it and add a number of classes. So I'm going to add 10 classes, and you notice it spreads that color ramp across the display. Now I can invert the color ramp because highs are usually in the warmer colors, so I get the dark colors here at the bottom and the bright ones at the top. Again, I'm left clicking on this little box to the side. I get two different displays of choices. If I click on this little down arrow or down caret, I have a set to pick color ramps. If I click on the color box itself, I can modify the colors that I'm going to show across the gradient. So I clicked here on this side and I inverted or picked a different color ramp. So when we display like this, I get something that looks different, but notice all the reds get hidden down in here. If I zoom in, I can see they're there. But as you zoom out, and if you were to print this, they get obscured by the black lines surrounding the polygons. Now, I could go ahead and try and make those thinner, but I would find that generally that doesn't work. So one thing I can do is I can left click on the first one, hold the shift key and left click on the bottom one here, and then I can select up here at the edge of the symbol caret and configure the symbol, select that it's a simple symbol, and change the stroke color to a transparent stroke. If I apply that, then I can make the boundaries disappear, and it looks a little bit better even when I zoom in or zoom out. Now I can also change the properties so that I can take an individual color like this 0 to 27 that dominates, and if I click on it, I can change its color to something different entirely. So I could change the fill color to some lighter fill color. So maybe it isn't so dominant on the outside. Say, okay, and I apply that, and now that individual looks differently. Now, all these are suboptimal, so I could go ahead then and change the kind I want entirely for a set of color symbols by clicking here on the color ramp itself. And it allows me to place new symbols by double clicking and then new patches in the gradient. So here I can change this color to whatever color I would like and build my own gradient. Now this is just going to be a funky one I'm doing out of a quick random almost set of selections, and so it's not very optimal. But I can pick the colors I want and then say it's okay and apply this color ramp. Now if I spend a lot of time developing a color ramp, I can save the style. So I can come down here and save this, and so now it's saved, and then I can go back later and load that style and find it. So I can go ahead and find the file, in this case the random file. There's an old one, an elevation file I have from before, and the random I just saved. These have a QML type on them. So I could load any old one that I had saved. I don't know what this is going to look like, and apply it. And so I can save these colors schemes and apply them again and again.